I hold the violin in my left hand, I hold it by the neck with my left hand, left hand. Today, we are going to learn about tarantulas. Every time we read the word tarantula, we are going to play and sing the tarantula theme song. First, we'll need to review D string notes so we know all of the notes necessary to play the tarantula theme song. Let's get into shoulder position. Raise the violin to your ear, down to the shoulder, pull it slightly forward, nose to scroll, and relax. If you can, wave at me with both hands. Now we need to make sure that the right hand is set up correctly. Straight traffic cop wrist. Thumb is next to the palm so that the neck can rest on the nugget and thumb. Curve the fingers so that you're ready to play. Thumbs up with your right hand. Place the tip of your thumb on the corner of the fingerboard and gently rest your finger on the string you are about to play. First, let's review D string notes so we know how to read the tarantula theme song. The D string is the second string from the left. When you see this note on the staff, you play the open D string or the second string from the left like this. Let's play a line of D notes together. When you see this note on the bottom line of the staff, you play red tape E. It sounds like this. Let's play a line of red tape E notes together. When you see a note with a sharp written on the bottom space of the staff, this is white tape F sharp. It sounds like this. Let's play a line of white tape F sharp notes together. When you see this line note on the staff, it is note G. We play G by putting all three fingers down on the violin and playing silver tape with third finger. It sounds like this. Let's play a line of G notes together. I hold the violin in my left hand, I hold it by the neck with my left hand, left hand. Let's learn the lyrics to the tarantula theme song together. They're very simple. It sounds like this. A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula. Say that with me. 1, 2, 3. A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula. Good, once again. 1, 2, 3. A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula. Right, and you'll notice the third time we say tarantula, we slow it down. Tarantula. So we have to make sure to add a pause in between each of those syllables. A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula. We are also punctuating each syllable at the very end of the song to make it sound more suspenseful. So make sure you're saying tarantula. That makes it sound more mysterious. Let's sing again with emphasis. A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula. For the Tarantula theme song, we have been reading music as well as text. Which 3 note names do we need to play the Tarantula theme song? Silver tape G, white tape F sharp, and red tape E. Which note will we play first in the Tarantula theme song? Which color tape do we need to use to play the first note of the Tarantula theme song? It's note E. What color tape is that? That's right, red tape E. Raise the violin to your ear, down to the shoulder, pull it slightly forward, nose to scroll, and relax. If you can, wave at me with both hands. Now we need to make sure that the right hand is set up correctly. Straight traffic cop wrist. Thumb is next to the palm so that the neck can rest on the nugget and thumb. Curve the fingers so that you're ready to play. Thumbs up with your right hand. Place the tip of your thumb on the corner of the fingerboard and gently rest your finger on the string you are about to play. We are going to start with note E, climb up the D string to note G, and then climb back down to note E. Here is what those notes look like in succession on your violin. E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E. Your turn, go. E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E. My turn, listen. Your turn, go. My turn, listen. E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E. Your turn, go. Now we need to do those notes with the Tarantula theme song rhythm. It should sound like this. Listen first. Your turn, get ready with note E.
My turn, listen. Your turn, go. My turn, listen. Your turn, go. My turn, listen. Your turn, go.
A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula.
My turn, listen. Your turn, go. My turn, listen. Your turn, go.
A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula. hold the violin in my left hand, I hold it by the neck with my left hand, left hand. Great, it sounds like we're ready to learn about the tarantula. Remember, every time we say the word tarantula, we'll play the theme song. Mrs. Beaker was an odd sort of teacher at school. Most of her students considered her to be somewhat of a nature nerd. Mrs. Beaker was always taking pictures of snakes and bringing them to school to show to her class. One day, Mrs. Beaker addressed the class. "I want to have a new class pet. I am bored with cats and dogs at home. I want something more interesting for us to study and enjoy." The students were very excited by the prospect of a class pet, but they couldn't decide on what kind. "What type of pet would you like, class? You must be sure to take responsibility for the pet. Once you put an animal in captivity, you are responsible for feeding and caring for it completely. Otherwise, you need to let them go so they can live their lives as nature intended," the teacher explained. "I want something no one else has, like a real poisonous snake or a python," Ryan said. The girls groaned. "We want a fuzzy bunny," they exclaimed. "That all sounds very exciting," Mrs. Beaker said. "I will look into it and maybe surprise you with something new if you get good grades on the science test next week," the teacher emphasized. So the class studied hard and did well on their science test. They patiently waited and wondered about what the new class pet would be. Then, one day, their teacher came to school with 2 boxes. She revealed what was inside the first box and found it to be a new cage. Before the teacher opened the lid of the other box, she looked up and said, "Your new pet is very fuzzy. I hope you will like it." All of the girls smiled. They thought of the soft rabbit they wished for. All of the boys smiled too. Rats were fuzzy, with long pink tails, they thought. Carefully, the teacher opened the other box. The students' eyes were wide open and their hearts raced with excitement. At least they knew it was something that would live in a cage. Mrs. Beaker tipped the box so that the class could see inside. It was a large creature with 8 legs. It was a spider. It was a big spider. As they gazed into the container, the teacher proclaimed, "It is a tarantula!" Let's get into shoulder position. Raise the violin to your ear, down to the shoulder, pull it slightly forward, nose to scroll, and relax. If you can, wave at me with both hands. Now we need to make sure that the right hand is set up correctly. Straight traffic cop wrist. Thumb is next to the palm so that the neck can rest on the nugget and thumb. Curve the fingers so that you're ready to play. Thumbs up with your right hand. Place the tip of your thumb on the corner of the fingerboard and gently rest your finger on the string you are about to play. A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula.
"Mrs. Beaker, this gives me the creeps," Hillary said. "A pet is something you can hold and care for. I don't want to touch a big, yucky spider. It might attack me with its hairy legs."
It is a tarantula.
A tarantula, a tarantula, a tarantula.
It is harmless to humans because their venom is weaker than that of a bee. However, it can bite, and the bites are not a pleasant thing. You must be very gentle and not squeeze or frighten him with sudden movements, Mrs. Beaker explained carefully. Then Mrs. Beaker said she wanted to share facts about the new pet with the class so that they might come to know and respect their new friend better. Tarantula!
super spiders. Meet a tarantula. They're big and hairy, but are tarantulas scary? Not when you get to know them. Tarantulas live in warm areas around the world, while most tarantulas live in South America. They can be found on all continents except Antarctica. Some live in underground burrows in well-drained soil. If the soil is just right, the spider digs a deep burrow and lines it with silk webbing. Other tarantulas live on the ground under rocks or logs or the shed bark of trees. And still others live in webbed burrows in trees. Tarantulas are nocturnal hunters that wait for their prey to come close enough to grab. They kill their prey with a bite from their fangs. The fangs release venom that kills their victim. They can also crush their prey using their powerful mouth parts. Although spiders are fearsome predators, other animals often eat them. Tarantulas have many natural enemies, including lizards, snakes, spider-eating birds, and even wasps. Though people are often afraid of tarantula, bites. Most species' venom is only as strong as a bee's. And remember, a tarantula would rather hide from you than bite you. The tarantula sheds its skeleton by molting. It is also able to replace its internal organs and can even regrow any lost legs, added Mrs. Beaker. They move slowly because that is their nature and their plan. They eat insects, but will also eat larger things, such as frogs and mice. I figured we could do an experiment and try to feed it lots of different things, Mrs. Beaker said, with a wink of her eye. The children also learned that the tarantula doesn't spin a web like many spiders, but will grab quickly any victim and inject it with its venom, paralyzing it. Then it would use its long, deadly fangs to secrete an enzyme that would turn its body into liquid. Once it was liquid, the tarantula would just literally suck it out through the straw-like mouth. "We could catch insects for it on the playground," exclaimed one of the boys. "Yeah, and watch the tarantula." "Eat it," said another. "Wow, Mrs. Beaker, what a neat pet," Jane said. "I can hold him and let him crawl all over me." Then Mrs. Beaker said, "Just remember that this creature is in our care. Do not frighten him and show him the respect he deserves." The class was very excited about their new pet, a tarantula.